Hi friends, now the purpose of today's video is to reach out. This is our DAMS initiative to reach out to the students who are studying in various places outside of India, in Russia, China, Ukraine, and they have to come back to India and appear for an exam called as MCI screening. And we have all seen in the past in this exam, usually students struggle when they come back from abroad with the, passing rates and all. So we have, in over the years at DAMS, we have created a full-blown mechanism where we are able to help students at their own places through the technology when they come back to India for vacation. So today we will talk about how to make a strategy for the exam and what is so special about MCA screening and how you should do it from the beginning itself.
Now, as you know, the pattern of the FMGE exam is basically it's an MCQ based exam which is basically held twice a year. Now, this is held on a computer these days. Now, it has got two papers which is of 150 questions each, and for every question they're giving you a minute, which means 150 minutes for two papers. And the most interesting thing about this is there is no negative marking for this particular exam, which is a boon and also a challenge, because then a student tries to go for a blind guesses, so it has its own challenges. Now, if you look into the key feature, a computer based exam is totally different than what we routinely use on computers, whether the social apps or whether it be the internet access e-brochures. It is totally different. And secondly, it has comprising of 19 subjects, which becomes another challenge for a student when he or she returns back to India.
And to help students plan the exam, so we thought we should give you an idea what are the high yielding areas. What is the problem most of the time with students is look at these subjects and look at the number of questions being asked in the first prof, number of questions being asked for the second prof. Now these put together is a very significant chunk of your exam. But what happens is when you are in abroad studying medicine, sometimes you are not so serious at the beginning of your career. Sometimes you become more serious about MCA screening towards the end. But then you suffer in the basic sciences, and these are very critical chunk of questions for your exam. So I feel that anybody who is thinking of MCA screening should start thinking about it early and make sure that you are thorough in the concepts of the first, second prof. You can't miss out on this big chunk and then you suffer in the end when you have to pass. That's one of the very important factor here.
Now, these basic subjects are almost giving you 1/3 of the questions, that is 100 questions. But apart from that, they are the founding stones for the fantastic 4 subjects, which are giving you the maximum number of questions probably, that is surgery, medicine and obstetrics, which has got 30 to 35 questions each. So these 3 subjects are going to account for 100 more questions. Now, there's a very special subject, that is PSM over here, which becomes a huge challenge because the health system in Russia, China, Ukraine, Philippines is totally different than the health system in India. And when the exam setter is putting a question, he or she is expecting that you understand the health system, the national programs in India, and that is where PSM becomes another big headache, which is giving you 30 questions. So net, if you see, these 4 subjects are giving you 120 questions.
And always remember that this would be the big decider between the people who pass and people who don't. So now so far we have highlighted for you first, second prof, and 4 big subjects, 3 clinical that you are supposed to be thorough at, 1 PSM, but that has to be the PSM that we follow in India.
Yeah.
Don't get confused by public health system in different places. And now is a big secret that we wanted to share with you. There are 5 questions each from these 5 subjects. If you notice, radiology, orthopedics, psychiatry, skin, anesthesia. These are straightforward, simple questions from these subjects because these are super specialized subjects. While in MCA screening, they are asking very basic questions on radiology, very basic questions on anesthesia, very basic things on skin. And if you are good at them, you get 25 questions right. And imagine now, many people, they do not do this. Can you imagine? Many people, they don't read these 5 subjects. They say, there are too little questions, too few questions. But in the end, what happens is those 25 questions, and if you do not pass at a score of 145, 146, 150 is the passing mark. So if you get 146, you will be so sad that I did not do this. When there is time, why not focus on them also? So the message that we want to add here is do not ignore short subjects. Focus on the basic sciences and fantastic 4, but do not ignore short subjects.
Apart from this, we have 3 to 4 subjects which we are basically looking into almost 15 questions. They are ENT, ophthalmology, pediatrics and forensic. Now again, if I see these 4 subjects, these 4 are roughly giving you 50 to 60 questions, and this is not a major subject, not a minor subject, it is just above a minor subject. So this is probably the most productive subjects because it requires probably less time but with very good gains. So I as a student probably would, if aiming for the exam, would definitely focus on these 4 subjects.
And you know, when you look at the type of questions, see, if you look at this picture and the color code with it, your majority of questions in your exam would be one-liners. But do not think that they are going to be only one-liner. There is a good chunk of question in the last few exams which are conceptual. There are questions which are visual, which are clinical pattern. So this is a new change that has happened. Earlier, if you would have seen a similar DAMS video, we would tell you that okay, predominant circle will be blue.
Yeah.
But now there are questions which are conceptual, which are visual, which are image based, and which are clinical vignettes. But I want you to know that the biggest change that has happened in the recent past is that they are not repeating questions. They are creating new questions where your understanding will help. So please don't be lured by some books or apps sending that okay, this is the previous paper, please buy this. Don't be lured by them. Try and formulate your basics for everything. If you don't do that, what will happen is you will feel the paper to be a little stranger because it's not repeating from the previous paper. So I believe that is one big thing about the new pattern.
Now at DAMS, this is the result what we had produced in the session of December 28. You can see over here students from different profile with different scores, everybody successfully passing. We have provided that universities names also, so you can even cross-check it, because we are giving you the most authenticated result for several years now in this particular domain, as compared to any other people who generally pick up results from different places and try to cumulative them and give it to you. Now, if you look into the services which we are offering, we are giving you a face-to-face batches which are both for regular and for vacation batches at New Delhi. Now, this is a twice yearly batches, yes, one which runs from the January to May session for the June exam, one from July to November for the December exam. Now, the most highlighting feature, if you see, is we have the faculty individualized for each subject, and they are the same teachers who are taking the MDMS format in our particular module. So we do not compromise on the quality of teaching which is being provided to the MCI students, because the standard of questions is now at par with the NEET PG exams which are held in India.
And one of the big reasons for people not scoring well in the MCI screening is that sometimes they are taking help or coaching from people who are offering all subjects in one person. So usually what happens is when one person is teaching more than one subject, the quality suffers and they only end up learning the old questions instead of focusing on understanding the concepts. That is what we believe.
Now, we are also providing you a test and discussion module. Okay, this module is again run twice a year, which is starting in the month of February and also in August. Now, this is a very special course for those who might have missed out their exams with a whisker, who were in the range of 140 odd. Now, this gives a course of 23 tests and discussions with 4 computer-based tests. Now, this is a very specific feature because DAMS is the only institute which has started this trend and is still continuing with a computer-based test which is held worldwide at the same time. So you can give this exam sitting way back in your university at Russia, the temperature being -40, or you might be giving it at a temperature in Colombo or in West Indies where the temperature might be +40. So it does not make a difference. You at your own place can give this particular exam. Now, we are also providing a satellite based program, one of its kind across India, across 200 centers, where we are taking this MCI course to your doorsteps. You come back home in your vacation, yes, need not leave your house, or you are staying at your place, finished your course, you can enter this particular course at your home center itself. 200 different centers across the country we have connected, and we are the only providers to this particular program.
In addition, now recently we have launched an education app called as EMEDICOZ. It is one of the fastest growing medical education app in India, probably in the world, where we have hundreds of thousands of subscribers looking at it, talking to each other, discussing, and we have some specialized courses for MCI screening. You can actually go to the courses section in this app and you can find chapter wise modules where teachers are teaching you chapter by chapter how that subject is to be run. Now, if I was in your place, I would have created a good plan for me that okay, when I am there, I would utilize the app-based learning when I am in the university. Then I come back to India on the vacation, I will utilize the DAMS vacation course. Then I follow it up with the regular course when I come back and give the exam and pass it in my one go. I believe that should be your pattern.
No.
This is what I already talked about. We have the pre-recorded lectures, TNDs, and global access is available on the app now. And plus the ability to interact with students. It is a unique medical education app which has a Facebook in it, a YouTube in it, and a courses section in it. And Facebook is only focused for the doctors,
yeah.
YouTube only for the medical education videos, and there are a lot of free content on the app also. So you can actually download it to get a feel of the learning and go through the free videos to get a hang of what we are offering.
Now we are proud to launch the rapid review series for foreign medical graduate students, which is a review of all the 19 subjects. The special feature of this particular book is that it has been written by 19 different teachers who are subject specialists of their own particular branch, as compared to any other book which is available in the market, which is generally written by a single person, and he or she cannot give an expertise for all the 19 subjects. Parallel to it, we also have the Target 150 series, which is a question bank for you people. 19 different subjects offering you almost 2000 new updated questions with perfect edited explanations. Now this is a very, very important thing, because if we do not test ourselves, it will be very, very difficult for us to actually perform in the real match or the real exam.
And these books will be available through various DAMS channels, including on Amazon. Yep. You can actually buy it on Amazon. You can buy it as an ebook, or you can buy it on the DAMS platform as a hard copy book as well. And if we say that what we are doing is very, very basic, the classrooms, the tests, the personalized touch, which is actually required, and you all know this. But somehow what happens is, when you are preparing for this exam, some of you they get lured by the idea that okay, one person can teach you everything, and all that kind of stuff it makes your concepts weaker. Yeah. And then in the exam where there are new questions, the passing rate is not so great.
Now, so we have started this global initiative where we are offering our support across the world. If you want that we go to your university and teach, we are more than happy for that. If you want us to reach you on the app, we are providing it on the EMEDICOZ app for you. If you want to come to us, then you are most welcome in India at 200 different centers. Yes, currently we are running our classes, you can see, in China at Zhengzhou, in Russia in Volvograd and Saratov, in Bishkek, and there are many more centers which are coming up. So if you are interested that we be a part of your routine life, please feel free to contact us at our email ID info@damsdelhi.com, or even to write to us on the Dams Delhi page.
And you'll see that our teachers are traveling to all these places. And recently in our Zhengzhou University, the university issued us a certificate of appreciation based on the number of students who passed the exam this year. So we really make a difference. We go all ends out. It is not just a one-dimensional product that we offer. We are three-dimensional product where we can open campus in your university. We can offer you app-based thing. You can come back and you can do vacation course. We are the largest network of classrooms in India, and you can actually follow it up with a regular course and give the exam. That is the entire idea that we have. And to put it in a nutshell, we blend it. We blend the classrooms with satellite learning, with app-based learning. We kind of blend it all to create a perfect product. Although people would claim to the other way around that this is perfect, this is perfect, this is perfect. What I believe is there's no single thing which is perfect. It is how you blend them all together to create a perfect solution is what we excel at. We are a team of educators. We are a team of globally renowned educators. Each one of us, our faculty members, is renowned in his or her own specialty otherwise as well. And these are the people who have been teaching as a part of their journey in they are passionate about teaching. They want to give back to society. We all those educators put together for last 2 decades is today called as DAMS. It is the largest medical education network today in the country, and we are very proud of it, and we are very passionate about MCA screening. We are very passionate about helping each one of you. We want to make sure that you pass your exam with flying colors in one go. We don't want you to have the trauma of doing it multiple times, and that is the entire idea that we have.
Yeah. All the best. Happy learning.
Happy learning. We look forward to meeting you in future as well. God bless you. Do write back to us on our Facebook page or on the email. We look forward to hearing from you.